Hi guys, welcome back. This is episode number 268 and I found a very new friend today who's looking amazing in this cap today. He is none other than Phil. Phil, how are you doing? Can you say hello to the audience?
I'm doing great. Hello, audience. Glad
Awesome.
to be here.
And you know what? The way he's looking so modest when he says hello, when he's gonna share his screen, you would know what magician he is and what he has done in the recent past. And his smile speaks everything right now. Okay, so the reason I got Phil today, guys, because Phil has actually discovered a very recent thing. I mean, it's not recent, it was there, but I haven't seen anybody explaining it in such a simple, easy way like Phil does. And actually, I couldn't even find a real person who is actually doing it. So it's called flipping websites and making profits. But Phil, over to you. Can you just give us a little brief about, a little background of how long have you been here and how this idea came up and how are you crushing it now?
Oh yeah, happy to, man. The way I got into this was around 2007 or so. Had been trying a lot of different ways to make money on the internet, investing, just got into a lot of debt, just trying to figure stuff out. And I had really bad health problems, so I got into debt because of that too.
Oh,
Um, so it wasn't until I found a strategy that's sort of like what this course shares. When I found that, I started to make consistent money,
awesome.
and and what happened was it was sort of by accident. I built some sites, and without doing anything fancy, they started showing up on the first page of Google, and I'm talking about very basic stuff, and so I thought that was normal at the time, and I would tell people, and they're saying, "Yeah, we got to do this and that, and do all this stuff to get our sites to rank," and I'm like, "What? What are
Yeah,
you talking about?"
you know what? You know what? Exactly the same thing happened with me. I was running a review blog. Now it's all about the bonuses. So it's like bonus pages. But earlier I still have that website. So I was reading this SEO guide, SEO book, SEO club, blah 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 forums and other stuff. These guys say you join us, we'll teach you what is SEO. I used to just write a blog, a review, and next day I used to find them on page one. Literally did not do anything techie or thought of doing anything. I don't know. I mean, sometimes it's like you're just doing things right. No one is telling you.
Yeah, and I figured out why it was happening, and I decided to see if I could, figure out how I figured out how it was working out, and I figured out how it could be done in other places and not just the areas that I was doing it in. And so, yeah, I decided to make a course about it because I didn't see anybody else sharing this stuff. And I would build a site and flip it, sell it, or rent it out because to me it was better to own the asset. And like you're saying, man, like all that stuff about SEO, man, it was so complicated. I mean, I
Right.
actually tried to get into it because I thought, oh, I can make even more money with this, but I mean, I didn't get very far. I was like, this is too much work. um, and so I kept doing what I was doing, and then I met. Okay, so let me back up. So to me, it was better to own the asset because a lot of these SEO people, they would build something, and then they would do not build something. They would get hired to do SEO,
Yeah.
and then they would do all this work, and then the site would be on page one, and then the person they were doing the work for would fire them. Like, well, I don't need you anymore. And so they would just all that work for almost nothing. And so I was like, well, I want to own my site, so I would just rent them, to people, and if they quit, then I just sell it or rent it to somebody else.
Right.
So that's what I did, and then I met a friend around 2012 who was doing some similar stuff, and she built over $1 million business from the time I met her, and then I think it was like 6 to 8 months later, and so we became really good friends. And so I asked her to contribute to my course because she has really unique ways of finding buyers
Awesome.
and buyers that have a lot more money. Obviously, if you build a business that makes that much money, you're gonna have higher tier buyers. So my goal with that was just to because she does it full time, and for me it was full time for several years, and then I got ADD and started working on other stuff. But I never stopped doing this. I just wasn't doing it full time anymore. And I've been doing it this year too. So I don't want anybody to think, oh, this is old. I don't do it anymore. I do. It's just not my full time gig.
So, I mean, if you can just share, I mean, in 2017, how much money have you made and how much time have you invested in that?
Oh, with the stuff that I teach in this course, I'm not even sure how much I've made. I don't make a habit of, I can share a screen and show you some
That'll
checks.
be great.
Uh, yeah, I can do that. But as far as exactly how much I've made, I haven't tallied that up, and I'm
Or
pretty
you
reserved.
can just say like how much can anybody expect to make out of
Okay,
one project. I mean that makes more
yeah,
sense.
that's fine because when you share your income, things
Uh,
like people like the IRS start coming for you. So I just try to be careful with that. Let
yeah,
me
that I
uh
agree. That I
let me
agree.
share it. So here's some proof, and I'll just make this a full screen. Let's see. So here's a $2,000 check I got
Awesome.
last month, or no, that was in March. Here's a $200 check, which sounds small, but that's automated income that comes in
Awesome.
every month.
Oh
I don't
wow.
have to do anything for that.
Okay.
Uh, and then the rest of these are deposits because I don't make a habit of taking pictures of my checks. And so these are just some others. And so, you can flip a mobile site for 250 to $500. A full size website anywhere from 1,000 to $5,000. It just depends on
if I
what
if
kind of site you're doing.
Okay, if I ask you like a person who's not started, how much time do you think he would take to actually get started and get these results or close to these results?
Okay, it's hard to say because I don't know what kind of technical knowledge.
Yeah.
So if they're going in without any technical knowledge, they're going to have to digest more in the course because I do create. I have a lot of beginner videos in there, and there's for any skill level
Yeah, I
basically.
saw that. Yeah, that's perfect. I saw that members area.
So it may take them a week or two to digest it. I don't know. It just depends on the person.
Agreed.
Uh, but if you take the action, there's no reason why once you get the concepts, there's no reason why you couldn't start making money within,
Right.
24 hours.
Oh. So
Because I
if
did.
some person who has knowledge about building websites and stuff like that, so they can easily get started in say 24 to 48 hours.
Oh yeah, man. Especially if they've used WordPress before, because that's the main platform.
Agreed. I agree. I agree. Awesome. So when are you launching this beast, and what more are you giving inside the members area?
Okay. I'll go over that. I want to also share because my partner that's also contributing to the course, she has bigger checks than me because she does it full time.
Okay.
And so here's three over $10,000 checks, website.
Awesome.
That's an invoice number, marketing. So I just want to throw that in. I just
Awesome.
don't like to share that first because I don't want people to, I don't like to sell things based on greed.
I know,
Um,
I know. That's very modest of you, and it has to be like that. This particular interview session, whenever we have done, I have only wanted to, tell people like this is something which is real, and this is happening. This can really help you too. So, and as you said, I mean, we don't want to show them greed or something, but these are the real results, guys. And I have another screen of a testimonial. So, who are these guys?
Yeah, so these are some of my students that this is the first money they made on the internet. One of them 897 monthly. Another one he'd made 1,500. Actually, Ivan recorded a video for me, so it'll be on the sales page. You'll actually get to hear him talk about that more.
Awesome.
And so yeah, that's just a few of those. If you want to get into, let's see, what's in the program.
Yeah.
All right, so the first thing is I call this the simple mobile flip, and I put this in there because it's a way to make money without having to spend any upfront because you can use a
Awesome.
free
Okay.
online tool
Awesome.
and 250 to $500. That's what I always say.
Amazing.
Um, The next one is sort of the bread and butter. It's the one where I teach how to find niches and locations for non-competitive areas. Very specific. You build
Okay.
WordPress a certain way, no complex SEO, and then you go and you sell these things or rent them out, whichever you want to do.
Awesome.
And then the third method is the freelancer agency model. And it sort of goes hand in hand with the others because in here we teach you how to attract a lot of different types of buyers,
Mm-hmm.
but we also show you how you can do some sort of front end services for lower cost and then upsell them the websites on the back end.
Cool.
And then the last module is something I just threw in for people who are not only beginners, never made a dollar, but really need money right now. Maybe they feel a little desperate.
Yeah.
And so this is the first way I made a dollar online, basically selling stuff on eBay and Amazon, buying something from eBay, relisting it and making a profit. Just so many ways to do it. This is a
Yeah,
case
I
study.
know, I
And,
know. I've
and
tried
just
that
to
too.
prove, oh, cool. Well, just to prove it still works, this past week I've been doing it
Yeah,
again.
it
I've made
works.
$2,000. So
It works. It works. I know it works. It has worked for
for
me.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this program is $27 right now during the launch,
Okay.
and show you how to do the work or outsource it, and then how to attract the buyers and renters, of course. And then we have these OTOs. They're not needed, but they will help you get there faster and get some of the work done for you. So
Okay.
OTO 1 has themes, plugins, some advanced affiliate training for these types of sites, and some mastermind webinars. And then OTO 2 is one where we'll actually build the sites for you.
Awesome. That's
And
great. That's very good.
yeah, really cool. And then some more advanced webinars.
Okay.
So,
I like
and then,
OTO too. I mean, it's perfect. I mean,
yeah,
anybody who doesn't have time but wants to make money, so you're doing everything for them. So they simply collect checks.
exactly. And they can whitelist it and put their own name and logo in the back end and hand it over and that kind of thing. So it's pretty cool. And then we decided to go ahead and do a third OTO, which I'm not crazy about doing that sort of thing, but we didn't want people to be locked into higher prices if they didn't want it. So the third one is full case studies where I go detailed into how I did three different
Okay.
flips.
Got it.
So,
But they're all optional, and so any early bird pricing discount that people can expect when it's
yeah,
released.
yeah. I believe if they go ahead and get in, lock it in, it's going to be $25 or 24 and some change, something like that. Something my partners are handling most of that side, but yeah, definitely a discount in the first day. So
Okay.
get in early.
Thank you so much, Phil. Guys, there are a few things that I want to actually point out here. First, you saw the whole interview. I did not ask anything from Phil. Normally, it's like Phil. I'll be very honest. I mean, you were really very very modest and helpful. So you just shared everything even without I asking you, and that shows how honest and how into the scores Phil is. He was so modest that he did not show you those $10,000 checks first. He wanted to be very real, very original, and that if a product is coming from such a great person with such a high sense of belief in him, then you should definitely check it out. And at the price point that we just discussed, like the early bird would be somewhere around $25 odd. I'll notify you when it's live. It's going live at 9 a.m., right, Phil?
Yes, yes.
It's
Friday tomorrow.
Yeah. So what's the date?
Tomorrow is May the
So
12th.
it's getting.
Tomorrow my time. So
Yeah, yeah, I'm good. So May the 12th and 9 a.m. is when I'm gonna notify you, because this video would be released before that. So obviously you'll be watching it before the launch. So you have all the details. It is something that can be easily doable for anyone who needs to make some extra money. And of course, as you saw, there are some $10,000 checks. So if you make it a full-time business, you can actually expect some great business. But as always, and of course, you cannot just go through the course and get results. To be very honest, Phil, me, or anybody in the world cannot help you out with that. You have to go out there, take action. We can say that Phil and his team are there right there for you, for your support. As you see, Their students are already crushing it. They're making some money. You'll find more testimonials on the product page, which the link would be under this video on this bonus page right now. And you'll find all those proofs, all the details that we just discussed on that page. As always, not to forget, I'm also giving you some great crazy bonuses. All the bonuses would be on this page under this video. And of course, you get this great product which is called Flipside Profits from Phil and his team. And I really know their team. That is a perfect team. They only come out when they have something real, and of course very helpful for the world. Thank you so much, Phil. I hope we didn't miss anything. I mean, you were really great. You shared everything, like the OTOs and other stuff. And regarding OTO 1 and OTO 2, guys, they are simply optional. But I really loved, I don't know, but personally, I really love the OTO 2, which is, I don't even bother about the price point, but it's a real help when it comes, like, you get everything done for you. You're just going out there, and it's kind of a complete office setup that you have by just paying once. So, just throw in your order, you have your website ready, and then you are all good to go. Put in your name and flip it, or use the strategies and make money recurring. And of course,
definitely, man.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much, Phil. Thank you so much for your time. And I'm really sure people are going to love Flipside Profit. And of course, everybody inside the members area would really love you too. Okay.
Thanks, Vic, for having me. I appreciate it, man.
Okay, it was really nice. And so, one last thing. Don't forget to keep smiling, because you look good when you smile. This is Vic. Bye-bye. Take care. Bye, Phil.
Bye.